Hey Josh, that was purely coincidental. I swear. Dodgers are up 2-1 against the Mets right now. I actually have the game on. I see bases loaded though for the Mets. Surprise, surprise. I actually haven't been following too closely. The Dodgers are in first place, so that is a surprise to me. I thought it was still Arizona for what it's worth, but they must have gone on a hot streak. I have. That is true. Never trust the Mets, especially when they just are just throwing out money like the way they are this past offseason. For those who are not haven't got my updates, I guess I have not touched a league in 3 weeks exactly. My last match was 3 weeks ago today, and I have just been completely swamped with the baby here. We no longer have a nanny, and that is exactly when I last played. Pretty much when our nanny left. That was not by what's it called out of nowhere. I guess we had planned for her to be with us for the first 3.5 weeks, so it just ran out as all. Here's the list. Shout out to Matt's Ole, Matt's Ellington for letting me borrow the Bowmasters tonight. I have them, but I loaned them to another player for the time being. So Matt's let me borrow his. Also, Padres, yeah, what a disappointment they've been, considering everybody thought they were going to win the division this year, myself included, for what's worth. I was just hoping the Dodgers would just, get a wild card spot. This list is for those of you, especially who have been following the my Discord. I posted this list. Usually, I don't post the exact list immediately so that the patrons can get a head start, which they did, but it just so happened this time is synchronized with the fact that what's it called? I wanted to get this list out as well so everybody can. There's been a lot of interest in the deck lately with the strong 3-4 weeks, whatever you want to call it, that we've had the last month, and then so there should be no surprise. Like I guess the big surprise is for you Lambs players or Merit Lage players. This is like specifically targeting you guys. So and it hits opposition agent too, which is kind of nice. It's mostly for lands, to be honest, and that maps pretty well. But aside from that, I'm gonna try the Noxious Revival as well tonight, just to mess around with Doomsday players. But we'll I don't want to waste too much time. I guess we can just jump right into it. There's no guarantee I can finish this league too. If the baby wakes up or whatever, that is probably gonna you know mess with our plans tonight. I wasn't even sure I was gonna stream tonight, to be honest, because I thought I'd go either way, and it actually looked like it was gonna be a no. But he just fell asleep right now, and if I don't move, maybe we can get through this league. Full disclosure, like I said, I haven't touched a league match in 3 weeks, so the odds of me misplaying tonight are probably sky high. With that said, I have been keeping in touch via Discord with others, and also just through Facebook. I've also watched Romario stream the parts of his challenge last week when he finished 12th, and I think I watched one other. He streamed one other day, but what am I saying? There's another person who streamed this deck recently. Unfortunately, I don't remember off the top of my head. This was another card that probably would be in pretty good shape. I think I'm just gonna keep. There is a fail rate though. Anoint is essentially a removal spell that hits two of the problematic creatures, I guess, for us. Namely, opposition. Well, first and foremost, Merit Lage, which Romario pointed out to me that was a problem for our deck, and I kind of agree. Okay, this kind of now, if there was any doubt if we're gonna fetch Bayou, this ends the doubt. I don't know where they're on, but we gotta have our snuff outs turned on. Not to mention we have a cradle anyway, um, so yeah, right. Like if they want to waste us off the Bayou, at least that means they're not gonna waste us off cradle. It looks like this is gonna be a Bowmasters here. Oof, that is. I want to be mana efficient. I feel like they're gonna have a Bowmasters, but that's okay. I just want to use mana efficiently here. Oh no? Okay, interesting. I fully expected 2 mana up that's like a Bowmaster. Could be a show and tell here. They haven't done anything yet. I think they might be on Omnitel now, based on the read. In which case, this Atraxa looks kind of good. We don't care at all. I think we're. I actually love the spot we're in now. If they're on a fair deck. Well, it could be that Yorion Doomsday deck, I guess, but who knows? Correct, right. I was thinking, I was like loathing this draw here, but sure. What are they gonna take? They pitch a Reanimate, which is kind of interesting. Um, the good thing is we have the Endure. Thank you, CPM EDC. I'm biased. I'm not gonna comment too much on it. All right, so I think they don't. Yeah, I think they just don't want us to. So it would be a little bit greedy, I guess, but if they want to force this, I guess they can. All right. Yeah, let's do this. Uh, they're still a turn off from Earl, and the fact that they didn't put like Ascarian tracks in the sideboard, I kind of just want to tick up Gris now. But yeah, I think there's a consensus. The community, the combo elves deck is dead. If you ask me, this build has been better this entire time. It's just that this deck is kind of hard to play. So um, if your sequencing is like a little bit sloppy, for instance, it might not be the best choice for you. But yeah, that's enough dwelling on that, I guess. Yeah, yeah. Like visionary now does it means you're like not even progressing your board. Same with Glimpse of Nature. The One Ring, sure, sure. So tick up. So I have full mana. There's an endurance. I still think we have a second one. Yeah. I think we endurance. Shut off the Earl, and we're just gonna lock out their draws here. Oh, we can't target them. Okay, that's annoying. Okay, that's interesting. I wish I knew that interaction, but I guess I'm being sloppy here. Here, I guess we have to now take the collective. Um, we definitely misplayed here. Sure. Like if I had done it right, I would have just probably got a Bowmasters and just pinged him twice. But I'm not even sure that like does anything, to be honest. Maybe the correct play is just to get the Shepherd to hardcast the hoof next turn, right? So I just like threw everything through the game here. Sure. A Cradle here bails us out of our misplay, but doesn't feel great. Uh, we're short mana is the problem. They probably have Foul in hand. Uh, Grist minus is lethal, right? It might be. I didn't work out the math yet. Yeah, we pitched this. This is 6, 6, and 3. That's 15. Let's see if we. Am I missing something here? Start with Snuff. Yeah, that's reasonable. Definitely rusty. Good thing we have Mats here. Probably one of the best players, if not the best player I know. Helping out. Maybe they fouled that. I don't know. They don't. We're gonna tick up then. Uh, oh yeah, I screwed that up. I definitely screwed that up. A pass. It's a fatal push, I guess. We might just still be really ahead here. Who knows? Hopefully, our misplays didn't cost us. Maybe that's a Doomsday. Sure, that's cute. I think this is the Doomsday deck. That is like Yorion. Kind of wish I didn't pair into this. I just don't think it's viable at all. I mean, why is a scam deck playing Dark Ritual though? That's the part I haven't figured out. Unless it's just like for speed. Sure. Maybe they try to reanimate the Atraxa here. Don't. Okay, they take the Grist. Sure. They most certainly have Force by now. I think. I don't know. A Cradle wins the game, but okay, well, never mind. We got bailed out. I played really sloppy. So full disclosure, this is like literally my first match playing against the Ring, and I did not realize it stopped me from targeting them with the endurance as well. So luckily, better lucky than good. I will cop to not playing very well there. Snowfall can come out. Pun not intended. Um, they had Earl. I feel like this is a C's matchup, but I could be convinced otherwise. I feel like I mean, it's not all about luck. I like uh collector oof. I don't think we want it. I think it's kind of loose, to be honest. Let's see. I think we want Mesfiend, to be honest. And then actually Mesfiend in the face of Bowmasters. That's something I want to do. Maybe it's still fine. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I kind of forced the issue, to be honest, today. Olero, I am carrying a baby with me at the moment. Uh, let's just YOLO it. I don't think I really want. Let's just try this. I kind of want to try this. Might want to. I feel like NO is too good, Matt. We got to be unfair in this matchup, but maybe that's just me. Yeah, this past few weeks has been. I didn't play a single league match in 3 weeks, so yeah, take that for whatever that's worth. Ooh, that's a good draw. Thank you, Olero. I think here we just want to ramp so that the green sun can represent whatever we want. I don't like typically speaking in the dark. I just take the ramp, and then I'm gonna go turn two C's and just like plan accordingly there. Sure. Shuffle. Oh, did they keep a greedy one lander? I love punishing that. Shuffle and shuffle. I think they kept the one lander. That might just be game. Yeah, okay, I take that back. Dark ritual. Okay. Sure. So it is the Doomsday deck. So they can technically cycle into maybe whatever here. It's kind of insane to me. Like in an 80 card deck, they still have both parts. But it is what it is. Yeah, endurance here would have been pretty nice, to be honest. Uh, I wasn't sure we were supposed to put them on Doomsday or not. Not to mention, um, not to mention, Natural Order helps win as well. So Jeff, we didn't know for sure they were on Doomsday for whatever it's worth. We want game one. They're on Yorion. We did see one Dark Ritual, but I mean, we're not gonna assume that they in an 80 card deck they can combo us. Like I'm not gonna respect Yorion combo deck that has a 4 of win condition. I have to look. Unfortunately, this is like kind of monotonous. Yeah, we did not see Doomsday. I mean, Dark Ritual was a sign it could be, but this is also Yorion, so like, it's possible we just don't respect it as well. Dark Petition, Grief, Snuff Out. If I care enough, I like really check the lands and stuff. How many forces they have? One, two, three. Looks like they have one force still. Maybe it's in their hand or in their pile. Yeah, that's relevant. Sure. I think there's a chance there's like a, I don't know, an island or something in their pile in case we. Some people play around Baseju. I think we're gonna seize no matter what here. Ooh, that's pretty good. Push and ring. Ring here does nothing. So we take the push. I'd still take their ring. Interesting. I feel like. What do we care about? I think we just take the shepherd here. We have lethal next turn. Alright, that's game. Never mind. Ugh. Mm, was that the sound of the stream? What do you mean? I I think we swing out here, right? Like for 6 each. Maybe that might have been it. Might be Oracle here. Yeah. All right, we're dead. That was kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying because like in a Yorion deck, they got a high roll. I think now we do things differently. The revival looks a lot more interesting to me now. I think. The question is like, do we respect their deck or not? Like, I think that's the real question, right? I don't think we want this now. Um, Endurance is pretty good. They probably build a pile to seize, and I don't think we want Snuff out in this kind of matchup. No Lair for sure. I know before against Doomsday I would board out the Hoof with Matt's recommendation. I'm just wondering if we want to now. This like could be very good. It answers Mirror Lage and Opposition Agent simultaneously. Do we want Bog? Probably not. I feel like this can play the fair game plan and be good against Doomsday at the same time. So let's just roll with it and see. Sure. I think here there's so much more upside to leading with Dork. If they want to try to have turn one Doomsday with Dark Ritual and 80 card deck, like we'll just play the percentages. If they have it, they have it. Like There's just so much more upside to play like this. This time I did know for sure, but I'm just gonna dare them to have it in their 80 card deck, a 4 of and a 4 of. Let's see. I don't think we care about force. Well, actually, I think we might. I'm taking both brainstorms for sure. Okay, there you go. I'm gonna trust Matt's. Actually, that's not quite right. There you go. Yeah, I keep thinking we have the mana to do both, so I think we draw a land, or actually we can even just. Okay, I'm missing a card, I think. Oh, they have the force too. So we draw a land, we're just gonna slam it. Yeah. Like they have to draw a force here. I'm not messing around. All right. We take the Once Upon a Time. We take the land. The creature. Probably the noble, to be honest. I don't think we care anymore. And then it depends if we want Seas or Green Sun. Uh, I feel like it's Green Sun. Did we board out the hoof? We did not. Yeah, I think we just take the Green Sun for the ramp. I mean, I'm still going. So I think the line here is Hierarch into. So I think we just pass, to be honest. Also, appreciate everybody tuning in tonight to hang out. I haven't streamed in 3 weeks, so this is kind of nice. Or not streamed in 3 weeks. I haven't played a legacy match in 3 weeks. I was on Romario's stream, I think like 2 weeks ago. Hey, HC Fox, how's it going? I think HC Fox is a big fan of the lair. Unfortunately, we boarded out. Hydras. Land's still interesting. So if they fetch here, this is lethal next turn. It's lethal regardless because I think we're gonna play the endurance, but obviously they can have like flash creatures. Sure. So they have to kill us this turn, but the only way they can is if they draw. Um, they have to have the cycle power pile, right? So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna endurance, and then we're gonna leave up Once Upon a Time mana. If they try to go for the kill. Right. Hey, Geodude Jared. So they're all in committed, I believe. They might have a cycler here in hand, and then we just blow them out with the endurance. I mean, they have no choice, right? They have to go for it here. Thought Scour, sure. Yeah, I can even cast two once by pitching the Green Sun Zenith, right? I'm gonna deck thin, of course, as well. Yeah, all right. Played better there, game three. Still not like super sharp, but it was like better. Game one was just a mess, but luckily better lucky than good. We can go on to the next round. Game two, I thought like our macro game plan was fine, and we just kind of dared them to have it, and they did. So we just live with it. Game three, I think we just played. We also top decked the land when we needed, so that was pretty clutch. At the end of the day, you're not gonna play Nashwater and just like be scared of top deck 4 star. You're just gonna slam. Like we know they have to hit a pitch card, and it's like 30% or whatever it is in their deck. Let reanimate, resolve, and endurance will trigger the stack. I'd think about that. It could matter for like devotion reasons. I think this is a mole. Ugh. Unfortunately, I also think this is a mole. We could try to cheese a win, go turn one reclaimer, hope they don't reanimate, but I don't think that's like the best play. Uh oh. I smell shenanigans. Oh, looks like it's the Mystic Forge deck, maybe? Yeah. Or some variant that kind of like echo. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna echo me right now. I mean, I don't feel as bad. Like we double mulligan and then there you go. This is so greedy. What if I had like endurance them right now? Like this is just sloppy sequencing in my opinion. Like let's just say that Chrome Mox is on the stack. I just like fire off evoke endurance. They just lose, right? It's the Breaking Bad me, right? They can't keep getting away with this. Pains me to. I can't punish a sloppy player there. Oh, why is that, Matt? Yeah, I think it's definitely wrong. Like I led with a green card, right? Well, let's just assume for a second. Like I'm trying to give like all the benefit of the doubt to the opponent. Maybe they don't know what I'm on. They played around force. Like, which force would that be? Vigor is not main deck in Legacy, so it would have to be force of negation or will. They got it right this time, just when I had it. Bummer. Sure. Yeah. It has to be will. I mean, I'm just trying to go through my logic in my head here. Although maybe I'm giving away information by not just F6ing and then trying to like get them. Maybe they think I have the endurance. No. Oh, you're okay. I see what you're saying, Matt. Yeah. They can just okay. So they just did that. Sure. It'll be funny if they whiff here. I don't think so. They have like a million mana, but we'll see. These all-in decks just I don't know. It's actually why I am personally not too upset when Delver's the best deck. No. I get the reasoning now too. It's just like I don't think there's any deck with ignoble and force. But yeah, I heads up logic there by math. What is this? Interesting. I mean, their wheels are gone now. They're just gonna have to kill us normally now. Normally. Infinite life. Oh, I see what you're saying. Sure, it's like the bargain trick. Ooh, okay. Unfortunately, we cannot punish. It's just the ultimate. Actually, I should not have. I shouldn't have revealed my hand. Oops. We're dead. We're dead here. I shouldn't have given information. I guess is what I'm saying. All right. Leyline's pretty good. The revival here looks pretty dumb on my behalf. We're gonna board out the endurances. We don't expect them to screw that up. No lair. Force is probably pretty good. Mess Fiend, Seethe. What am I missing? Shepherd doesn't do anything. I mean, as long as we're nitpicking, I don't think Newton should because it will remind his opponent of endurance, which they ignored evidently. Should what? Should reveal, or should something else? Is there something else I would want? Do I want the shepherd or do I want the endurance? You did punt a bit though. Should be exiling worst cards with Durns. I actually don't think that's a punt, but because I don't want to increase their Stormcat and remind them. For what's worth. Yeah, I agree with Jeff. I don't think we should remind them. I don't think it's worth it. You're more likely to steal a win by getting them because they're sloppy than because you like exile a random card. All right. The question is, do we want the Shepherd here or the Endurance? I think the Endurance means we can potentially get them if they're sloppy. So let's just go with that. Also, it can power out Cradle like with the trigger on the stack. It's a turn to oof. It's just like, do we think that's gonna get there? The outs. What hands are better? Force of Vigor and I think we just keep. I think Force of Vigor and Seize. I think we just keep this hand. On the draw, I think I may be inclined to mulligan. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm glad we have. For those who don't know, Mats is like the original, Golgari king, right? Like he played a lot of these mid-range, Golgari decks to just like punish blue decks. So we're gonna tank here as if we have the Force of Vigor just to scare our opponent. You have to pause it about right to make it seem like you're contemplating about it. It can't be too long or too short. Maybe wheeling here. Just not playing around. I guess I should just run Mindbreak Trap these days. Nobody seems to play around. Yeah, I just hate these all-in decks. It is what it is, though. At least the league will go by faster. I mean, I guess there's that. The thing is, like, we don't have that many great keeps, so it's not like it's force. Or I don't think we should be just like mull to force or mull to leyline slash mull to seize. Like, they could just keep a hand that's like, I don't know. They could keep a hand that's like discard. I felt like it was reasonable. Like they have to turn one us essentially. Veil? What does Veil do? Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, play Hull Breacher as well. This is like max greed. I guess we lost. Hmm. Both sides fall hard. That's correct. Kind of tilting, but I think it was correct to keep. They had to have the turn one. I think now is probably the time to concede. I don't know what the percentage is. I feel like it's not like I don't know if it's above. I don't think it's above 50. Yeah, no, I'm okay with like let's concede. The first person who types concede, I will concede. I'm pretty sure we're okay. Now we're really dead. That's okay. It is what it is. I think the only decision that mattered there was like whether to keep or not, and I feel like keeping was fine. FBM, I don't know what that means. Sure. I think here we gotta guarantee that we have a turn two play. I hate doing this, but I feel like it's. If I had a one drop, I'd probably leave with the Bayou. But I think I want to be able to curve out. You never know, like these lunatics, they wasteland turn one for no reason. Sure. All right. The question here is like Bowmasters or Artisan. I think the upside of Bowmaster is higher, so I'm just going to leave with that. It's going to be Telegraph, but that's okay. I don't think they're on Shadow because it's C. Otherwise, I would have led with Artisan because I don't want them to pick that on my hand. That might just draw out Force. So the nice thing here now is that I can play an Artisan on like a pseudo empty board. Yeah, I've been trying to tell people this. Like, I keep seeing people answer opposing Bowmasters, and you're just wasting resources doing so. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. The main phase because it's telegraphed. I think the value of playing it in response to something might be worse than them passing and you having to play and then. So my logic for doing it there was in case they played a one drop like Delver or DRC, I wanted to be able to ping it. That was the logic. I don't know if that's correct or not. I can see that being wrong, but that's what I ended up doing. Okay, here are we main phasing? Yeah, I'm thinking about Murktide region here. The thing though is like if they Murktide, the Fiend Artisan answers it, right? Why endurance upkeep? If I'm gonna endurance, I want to do it now. I feel like it's Fiend Artisan because if they Murktide, we can kill it. Can't cast Murktide if they daze. I mean, you can main phase it too, right? So here they Murktide doesn't matter. Sure. I think on this board state here, I'm just gonna main phase endurance. I think we're pretty ahead, for what it's worth. I know it's 2 cards to 5, but board presence matters. Like, who cares about cards when you're ahead on board? Sure. Wasteland, alright. Sure. Um, this is kind of interesting. So we have lethal next turn. Sure. Might as well fetch the Arbor now. Land here would be pretty good. There's land. I guess the question here is like, I don't think I want them to block because that gets them closer to Earl. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking actually. The question here is like, do we play the fetch? Probably not. And we have like lethal here, and we'll just there's no need to play the fetch. I think to reveal information. Maybe I just got that dog in me, but I would have put them on a 2-turn clock. I mean, this is a. What do you mean by? Oh. All right. I think this is. Ooh. I think now we're just gonna like straight up force the bad trade. They're gonna tap out for 4. They have the chump block again. They go to 8. Although actually, it might just be better like YOLO the Green Sun and just get a third free artisan. Like, and don't allow them to be able to Euro. Like, they have to have running outs now, right? You think attack? All right, I'm gonna trust Mats. I guess they could have endurance. Yeah. That was what I was going. I was just like, the punish is endurance. Like, here, if they want to tap out, they still have to block, and then they're just like tapping out again, right, so to speak. I'm gonna F6. Also, love seeing Lawrence in the house here. I'm just gonna mod Lawrence now. All right. That was not too bad. I don't even remember what they're on. It's some kind of like bug-ish deck. The snowballs are bad, I think. I think they play Days. Yeah, they're a Days Wasteland deck. I don't think we want Natural Order. I think we just board the same way we board Delver, even if they don't have it. Annoying here is actually pretty good at dealing with the Earl, right? If they want to waste 4 mana to tap out and we just like anoint them for the tempo play. Um, Actually, did they have any other creatures besides Earl? Like maybe they have something I'm not aware of. Maybe we don't even want the anoints. Possible we just board in seed. Revival is good on scam too. Yeah, I don't think we want uh, annoying because I'm trying to think what it does it hit. Not much. Uh, Fiend is like reasonable, and maybe we can just like get them with the Noxus Revival. I don't see anything else that's like good. Yeah, I'm like I'm risk averse, man. I always draw the Atraxa, I guess. I think here. Oof. If they kill a turn one dork, then it gets real dicey. I'm thinking Mole. What do you think, Matt? If Mats doesn't respond, I kind of like how Jack is playing 4 birds, which lets him cast Atraxa. Low key Lawrence. Yeah, I think it's Hasa too. I think Hierarch is significantly better than birds, and playing birds will cost you points against control and initiative. That's fair. Okay, let's just YOLO it. I think we have to fetch basic though here. Not okay. So it's like a little bit worse against combo, but a lot worse against control and a lot worse against initiative. Okay, we got rewarded. They want to daze as they can. I think there's no world we don't take that cradle. Well, let's work it out. They kill a turn one dork, and then we can still play the reclaimer. Yeah, it's just too much upside. Yeah. Like that's fair. The bog is like relevant for the artisan. Close to a colored source here. Yeah, I could get Mats on Discord. Although I know it's late over there, so I don't want to like, make him stay up late if anything. I mean, I've definitely been punished before. I've had my share of like punished keeps where I play percentages and the 11, not 11, 20-ish percentile comes up every once in a while. It's getting early. That's funny. Ooh, that's disgusting. A show and tell mage. That's funny. I'm trying to think. I think my worst nightmare is if he's like a Belcher player. That would be like the worst nightmare. Ooh, all right. So they have blue mana. Um, they can't Murktide yet. So I think I'm just gonna go with the high upside play here. If I didn't draw exactly Shepherd there, I would have led with Reclaimer and then depending what they do, just bog them. Yeah. I mean, the whole point of this deck is to tempo players out. Like it's secretly a tempo-ish prison deck. Although I know a lot of people refer to this deck like a mid-range deck. I actually don't think this deck is like a mid-range deck. Like it's not really a toolbox deck because I typically cut all the toolbox cards. Like I keep like the most, really the most important things like Gris, and a lot of those I play like 2-ofs, right? They're not really singletons. I think it's more of a prison deck than anything else. I can see that. Yeah, this card is incredibly broken when you have Gaia's Cradle on your deck. Alright, they're gonna waste this here. Unfortunate. That's ooh, okay. That's annoying, but you know, it's okay. I think the line here is Artisan into Artisan. They want to daze, they can. I want to get 2 Artisans down because the likelihood of just getting Gris after that is just sky high. Would probably just win. Yeah, like I know people say this as toolbox. I don't really use it. It's the targets are always the same, right? It's either oof against combo, Gris against control, or hoof if it high lethal. It's like generally always the same. Like I don't mess around with like Mass Vandal or like Raminat Excavator. Like it's just I don't think you need to dilute your game plan. Maybe not. Yeah. Deed. Oh yeah, that's quite annoying. Ooh. All right. That's fair. I mean, you want to count like the minimal targets. It's just how I view it. But yeah, if you want to count that, then that's reasonable. I think we just Gris here. Yes, I'm not fetching over. I'm just gonna Gris tick up and then bog them. I've actually messed up before because I like forgot D doesn't hit planeswalkers. Never. I think Rex Sage is not a legacy card, but that might upset some people. I just don't. I just think like, and I just think in today's legacy, if your card does not scare your opponent or is a must like answer card, it's just not worth playing. I just think it's so random. Like, what if they have mana up? That does nothing, right? They may attack and then blow my stuff up. I don't know. Um, Go to 2. I'm trying to think whether I want to block. They're kind of priced. They're kind of priced into. What am I trying to kill here? I think this. Yeah, I think they're kind of priced into blowing the Phoenix. Otherwise, it's just going to tutor every turn, right? The other reason why I'm not doing it now is I'm forcing the main phase because I think they may want to activate their, like reanimate their Bowmasters or something. I didn't want them to reanimate the Bowmasters, Jeff. I want to, I want to force the pop from Deed preemptively, if that makes sense, in case they have reanimate in hand. Not that Bowmaster's good against us. If anything, they might even just like. Okay, there's the grief. If anything, they might even what is it called? Like reanimate our Fiend Artisan or something. That's fair. Ooh, that's annoying. Fortunately, we can do it again. This is why I play two. Here. Now this is interesting whether we block or not. Because they go to 3. Do we care? Um, I'm trying to think we care. Uh, the punish is like Edict. Let's see. Sure. That's annoying. I hate when they reanimate our Gris. Natural Order here is off the top would be nice. Oh, this is kind of nice. We can take out their Gris. Oh, that's I forgot about that. I think we want to board it back in now potentially. Yeah, we did. We did. I am brain farting here. I did. Yeah. It's possible. Like based on what we've seen so far, we want to just keep it in now. Like their deck is like very different than what I initially thought it was gonna be. They're gonna take us to 1. That's fine. Yeah, endurance here would be really nice. Too bad this is not an insect. Yeah, that's definitely no bueno here. I have to like gauge. Maybe we do want natural in this matchup. Oh, they played a land? Okay. Well, that's really bad for us now. If only you were a brain maggot. I know, it would have been real good here. Bad everywhere else, but good here. I think we might have already lost. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think order makes sense for sure. Like I thought there were some kind of like aggro deck. This is as slow as you know what. I feel like we kind of have to tick down here. Maybe they forced that. I don't know. How greedy is it to not tick? I feel like we have to. Yeah, yeah, it's a force. Baby's asleep, so nah. It's just behind on cards. I don't think I want to play that game. I think after seeing this, I just want to go over the top. Like we're just gonna top deck natural and they lose, right? It might already be over. Too. The other thing is like if they're playing the slow game, we're just gonna go over the top with natural order. Like we're not gonna respect their counter magic. They don't have it. Got a bluff. They could, yeah. That's a heads up play. We I know in the worst possible way. Uh, we're cooked. That's for sure. Well done here. They're playing Days too. What is going on here? Yeah, unfortunately. We're gonna recalibrate. That's the good thing at least. Also, the good thing is like we didn't draw our seizes, so it's not like we would have hit natural order anyways. Sure. It's just kind of awkward here. Endurance one time. They have full information here. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that. No, for sure. That's like maybe I'm pretty sure they didn't think about that, but that's a pretty good line. It wasn't on my radar too, but granted, I'm not like super hyper focused on their side right now. I think real quick, I'm gonna actually I'll do it right after I concede here. I'm pretty sure we lost already. There's an Earl in play, and they have 4 cards to 1. So I got a text. What's going on? Oh, I see. Yeah, I'll have Matt's online next time. Yeah, for sure. Okay, they did that. That's fine. I'm gonna pack it in here. We're dead. All right. I'm gonna reboard here, and then also, baby's asleep, so I have a bassinet here. All right, that is a lot of weight off of me, literally. Yeah, for sure, life equity. I think here, after what I've seen, there's no pressure from our opponents. I'm gonna take out C's. I'm just gonna jam natural orders because that like wins the game, right? I don't even think we want Mesmic Fiend here. Endurance out. I don't really like that, and I'll tell you why. I think Earl is like one of the few ways we lose. They're not really a control deck. They're like I don't know, mid-range deck. Sure. Yes, endurance discards mana now it's time in case they're up to like shenanigans. Yeah, yeah, for sure. And the C's would have been awful. If we draw endurance like any one of those live draws earlier, we probably I wouldn't say we win, but we're in the game. I don't think they're gonna waste turn one, but you never know. The reason why I lead with Bayou more now is for two reasons. You want your I think here we want to do that and then pass. Yeah, 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 for sure. What's going on here? I guess it doesn't matter. You get a wasteland back? Sure. I think we get a basic here. I was thinking about if trying to fizzle the Witherbloom target, but there's two targets, so it doesn't matter. I'm passing turn here. Yeah, I know. He didn't like my play. He did not like my play there. This is actually kind of annoying. I think I just like pass. That's not a bad draw. No, no, but Swamp's just too bad to play, unfortunately. I know, right? It's always like that. Well, there is Bayou, but yeah, I see what you're saying. I feel like I'm gonna lose this game. Witherbloom Command is like really messed up against me. It's like expressive iteration because it hits our dorks and then they get a land back. Yeah, I think the card like people are calling for bans. It's not even close in my opinion. Yeah, this is like real. Like if I was hitting land drops, I can just overpower the wasteland. The problem is like I'm not hitting the land drops, right? Obviously, we have a green sun. If we hit a cradle, it's probably just game because we're gonna get Shepherd, and then they're gonna have like they're gonna need exactly three cards, right? Removal for Shepherd into Force plus Blue Pitch. Yeah, not only is it not bandwidth, I don't even think it's close. People just want to play new cards, and it's just like people don't realize you can't just jam the card into anything and it works. Like I'm only playing two, and I don't even think it's that great. The only reason why I'm playing two is because like decent floor for game one purposes. I would consider that, yeah, Jeff. It really depends what they're doing here. They're like in the tank for a while. Sure. Ooh, I'm hoping they hit the arbor here. I'm gonna fizzle their trigger. Sure. Um, the question here is like, what am I getting? I don't even think I need a bog yet. But it could come soon. I think I just get a cradle to be on it. Well, I could play the endurance because well, so it's either cradle or the problem is like then if I get bogged, the endurances feel pretty bad. Like YOLO. Yeah, I'm like playing for upside here. No, I'm not gonna go for that line with three cards in play. Well, oh man, I get like super punished. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. If they have force, I just get super punished. The good thing about here is I'm representing Bowmasters too, so they gotta like, oof. I mean, I'm not. I didn't know they're gonna play a second one. This is obnoxious for sure. They have to double block if they want. They're gonna waste me and waste me again. That's okay. Oh, that's a mistake on their behalf. Let me untap. Let me untap. Jesus Christ. It's a forced block here. That second wasteland was brutal. Maybe I was just too risk averse, right? You're like all in, right? If they, I'm like I get 4 for 2 there if I go for the endurance line. We're definitely getting the land here off the ones. If they just screwed up, I would have been able to cast the. Yeah, I get. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I felt like. Really? You're kidding me? Oh, now I have to do it. Possible. I mean, I'm not. Take the fiend, I guess. Once before endurance there. Yeah, you're probably right. You are probably right. All right, take care, David. It's gonna be annoying to lose this game. I felt like we missed border game 2, and that's why we lost. And then here, oh, that's annoying. Jesus. Like the double waste was killer, and maybe I should have gone for it. I don't know. Like maybe they bored out forces. Who even knows? Like they didn't. We haven't seen any forces yet. Wow. Okay, I'll take that any day. Yeah, they might have. It's possible. I think we don't play it. There's no need. Both arbors are used already. Uh, both arbors in the deck. Actually, I'm missing points of damage. I should have attacked there. I mean, I should have pinged for one. Actually, it might scare them too. Well, I was gonna say scare them, but it represent Bowmaster. Attacks for one with. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's fair. That's fair, Jeff. I don't think that's gonna be the difference, but famous last words. Oh, okay. I'm getting like real sloppy here. Natty O would have been nice here. I guess live and learn, right? Maybe I should have just gone for it. Seems like they boarded out force, but I don't know. Come on, Natty O. I don't think they. Yeah, they like. I don't know. I got, that might just seal it. We're dead. I think we're like pretty favored this matchup too, but user error, right? I should not. Maybe I should not have respected the force. That was what cost me the game. I don't think it's good. Whiskey God. It doesn't win the game the same turn that natural order does, and two, you open yourself up to artifact hate and bowmaster hate for no reason. Yeah, I for sure. We're dead. It's okay. I think we learned something. Argument to be made. I misplayed, but we learned something there. Yeah, I mean, like if you think about it, there's a couple of reasons not to play, in my opinion, right? Like this literally wins the game on the spot. Ring does not. Two, we're playing collector with main deck, and suddenly we have this Nambo. And three, right now we're pretty immune to opposing bowmaster. They're kind of like embarrassing against us, like quite frankly. Um, but then suddenly you make that relevant. So, and then four, it's not protected with outsourced Shepherd too. So like there's like multiple reasons not to, in my opinion. Yeah, I usually don't play around fours. 0-4. That's the type of player I usually will lose to for what it's worth. This is a mole. This is like I think Ring is good in the control decks because your whole point is just to trade one for one early and then pull ahead later. And our deck is like not really control. It's like prison really. I think here we just take another artisan. Looks like they're on TES. Yeah, the thing is, like, we don't have time for a second league. Is the issue? I could just scoop to them, but they will be in the 1-3 bracket. Do you think that in current legacy metrics, card selection or card advantage is better? Uh, I don't. I think it depends, right? Like how good the selection is, how efficient it is versus how efficient the card advantage is. Like I'm not gonna play a 5 mana draw 3 in legacy over a like Once Upon a Time, for instance. What did they relay? Sure. Oh, I should have. Actually, it doesn't matter. I don't. Bowmaster doesn't do anything here. Like, if they want to dodge the Bowmasters, that's fine. We're gonna play an Artisan because if we get to untap here, we actually a little bit poor sequencing by me. I should have led with the Artisan into the Reclaimer, but I don't think it's gonna matter. We're probably dead here. They have the Infernal Tutor and 2 LEDs. If we somehow get another turn, then they're probably dead. Yeah, GSZ would have been nice. Really good. Yeah, for our deck, we're kind of scared to be in the 0-4 bracket because you play against like these kind of decks, right? If you ask me, Green Sun Zenith is the best sorcery in Legacy. I think, unless I'm missing something. I think it's way better than Ponder. Yeah, I personally think Green Sun Zenith is the best sorcery in Legacy. It's not the best cantrip. We're probably dead. All right, we're dead here. I don't know. They are in the 0-4 bracket. It is. Again, it depends how powerful. There's no black and white answers. Whiskey got like you can have virtual card advantage that is more or less than card draw. It depends how strong, right? Like for instance, again, a 5 mana draw 3 is not where I want to be in Legacy, but like an Ancestral Recall is better than a lot of the other things. So it depends. Long story short, just pay the most powerful cards. Like it could be virtual card advantage, it could be like actual card advantage, it could be like board presence, it could be like removal. But yeah, like it really depends how efficient the card is. This is not a great matchup for us, but we just gotta hope to get lucky. I think this is gonna be one of those streams. It's okay. I had low expectations for tonight because I'm I haven't played in 3 weeks and holding baby earlier. So I was expecting to do poorly, and we got a lit. My own mistake, right? I punted probably the last round. Hey Wally, how's it going? So my own mistake there. Do I want ley line? Actually, we cut the shepherd. That doesn't do anything. Yeah, for sure. It's kind of nice, right? There's like low expectations tonight, so if I lose, I lose. I don't really care. No problem, whiskey god. Like I think it's not. I think the answer is really just play the most powerful cards. Like don't worry too much about oh you need X removal or Y card advantage or Z payoff. Like I would just look at it in the terms of like play what you think is the most powerful thing. Like sometimes card advantage is like really strong. Like there was a point where I used to play Glimpse of Nature and it was like one of the best card engines in the game. But I'm not unfortunately a Jay Z. I'm showing my rust here I guess. Uh, so the question here is like I think we keep. We're on the play. We have a turn two Fiend or Green Sun. I think we just take the Reclaimer, I guess. I think we ramp here actually, in case they. In case they like echo or something. We get punished by discard, but I don't know if they're on discard at the moment. And even with discard, it's like slow, right? It's a third. This smells like. I'm not. I'm getting owned by all my own misplays here. I'm gonna get. God. All right, we're gonna get veiled here, but is playing Bowmaster? No, I think we have to take a chance. We're gonna get veiled here, but the thing is like, oh, I guess not brainstorm. Sure. Yeah, I think so too, Lawrence. I think also the way our hand dictated, like, I don't think the correct play is just to mold to, again, the same thing, right? Mold to Thoughtseize or Force. I think you have to have a wider range of keeps. Wow, okay. We definitely don't veil anymore because we don't care. Uh, None of that other stuff really matters. I think we take the C's. Yeah, actually, I'm thinking about it right here. Dark Ritual here. Actually, yeah, I'm thinking we don't actually care. Well, I'm thinking maybe they're hiding their Wish Club. I forgot they don't play that anymore, so forget that. I, yeah, that's fair. The baubles is a turn. Like, do we even care? I think we just shut off their mana. And I'm gonna play the Reclaimer now. Yeah, I believe that. Relay for 3, interesting. Well, that was a bad relay. I think the line here is actually. I think the line here is actually to main phase, so they can't cantrip the Veil of Summer. Actually, I punted. I should have got Cradle. So the Bowmasters, I don't think changes anything. I guess it like deals them extra damage, but that's about it. Then again, we have a lot of damage now. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It does. That's true. That's fair. Thank you, Whiskey. That's true. The only sideboard card for Baby is what's it called? I had this joke with Jay Z. The only sideboard card for Baby is the iPad, but it's like pack of negation, right? You get the benefit up front, but you're gonna pay for it later on. iPad is pack of negation, right? There's a debt to be paid later on for the instant, relief, so to speak. All right. Curve swap. I think I think the most interesting line there was whether to cast Bowmasters or not, or get Cradle. I think the line there is probably still to get Bowmasters, so they can't. The thing is, we need them to pass anyways, and if they pass another turn, we can probably just get the Collective and then attack for a whole bunch. It's probably gonna be hard for them to beat that. This game 3 on the draw. I think Bowmaster was correct there too. I think that was probably the most interesting line there. I think here we're gonna just submit again. I think we're looking now for hopefully Seize or Force of Vigor. Although Force of Vigor, I'm not sure is as good against Bryant's new version with Inferno Tutor again. Like I used to love just hitting their random Witch Claw Talisman, but that's like less applicable here now. It's I mean depends by your definition of unhinged, right? Like it's still 4 colors and trying to cast as many spells as you can on turns 1 and 2. Plateau. Yes, there was a point where TES had Plateau and Taiga, and I think a lot of people were like, "What is going on here?" How much of a limiting factor do you think the meta is? Uh, you're talking about for Legacy or for our deck? For our deck, I don't think it really matters. For Legacy, it definitely kills some decks. I think Combo Elves is. If it wasn't already dead, it now is. I think I think there is some value added too, right? Like I used to be annoyed with these like Strix slash Ice Fang decks that just I mean we're not gonna pass up a hand that casts Thoughtseize on 1, especially now that they're not representing Veil. What is going on? Uh, Just Dark Ritual, right? Am I missing something here? What is going on? It's got to be Dark Ritual. I can't imagine it's something besides that. Agreed. There's. To be fair, our opponent is in the 0-4 bracket. So that might have reason to why they're the way that why they're in the scenario that they are in. Interesting. More draws for them, or they're locked, one or the other, right? Honestly, that should just have been a mole round on our opponent's hand. Like, that seems pretty bad. Like, draw 2 random cards and hope it works out. One of which has to be a payoff. Silence. Which silence are we talking about? Yeah, we had 2 draws to draw a land. So like my game plan was to like at some my turn 2 play was like dork into seas and maybe turn 3 collective. But we have to draw a land here. Uh, they're in the tank. My personal opinion of Bowmasters is, at least within the context of our deck, I don't think it's very. I think it's like a speed bump. It's like really good if they're on the play, like kill our turn 1 dork. Aside from that, it's like they're down a card almost. Maybe we're just dead here. God dang it. Well, it didn't matter. They had 2. Sure. Can't even seize. Well, we could seize, but I don't think it does anything. Burning Wish, Petal. We're just dead, I guess. Well, that was unfortunate. Villain got away with it. It's one of those nights. One of those nights. Yeah, even if they are not the best player. They probably should have been playing it like a lot longer. Tony Scapone was like crushing it with it for a long time. Yeah, I know, right? It's just like he's out by his own. He's out on his own, and he's just like, there's a rainy weather going on. One of these days, I'm gonna play Mindbreak Trap again, just so they have to respect it. People know my list, so like, Nobody's playing around Mindbreak Trap anymore. Even if I think that card is bad. Grape Shot. What is going on? Why did they get that? Sure. Oh, I see what they're doing. They have enough for. I mean, Stifle's not really good against me. I'll tell you that much. It's like a very scary card to play against. I think they're gonna Tendrils us here. I think they have enough mana. Yeah. All right. We're dead. All right. We lost to a player that was defeated, so to speak. Right. 0-4. Sometimes those are the days. Ugh. We lost to Storm. We lost to Storm twice, I guess. Maybe I need to address the matchup, but it's just so uncommon. Unless it's funny because I played tonight trying to figure out what Legacy looked like again, and I don't think this is like very representative, unfortunately. I don't think Storm is like 40% of the meta. Yeah, I mean, we couldn't even punish that hand, but it is what it is, right? Unfair decks. Hey, Mike, how's it going? Yeah, they did, right? Like, no payoff. I actually don't think Bowmaster is like relevant against TES. I mean, it's like we just don't have anything better. Is why we kept it in. Like the one deck or one style of deck that we're kind of weak to, which is Storm. We played twice tonight, so it is what it is, right? The problem is like the cards that we have that can hit Storm do not really map well. Like Mindbreak Trap is like a very narrow card. Veil of Summer like is like situationally good against Amp, not so much against TS. Ugh. I'll just keep whatever 4 Reclaimers. Bowmaster is mid versus test for the same reason red black. Agreed. Agreed. Yeah, TS pretty much the hand like dictates itself, right? You just like go all in. Like a lot of the Rite of Flame decks, it's just you're going off no matter what by X turn. Whether like at some point the hand's not gonna get better. Sorry, let me rephrase that. The hand is not gonna get better earlier than when the Ant player's hand's not gonna get better. I'll put it that way. No, I agree with Lawrence for sure on that. Like, I used to be of the opinion that like, well, I guess there's two things. If you're just learning the mechanics of the deck, that is like really, I think, inconsiderate to play a league when you like don't know how your deck works in terms of like going through the kill and things like that. Like that, you can just go fish, in my opinion. Like if you just want practice, then sure, I think leagues are fine. But I think it's kind of inconsiderate if like you don't know how your deck works, and then you don't even like go fish it like one time just to figure that out. No way they have days, right? Maybe they do. I'm not gonna play around waste. Will be the last match for tonight before they force. Interesting. Well, they're a Delver deck. What the heck is going on? Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. I like it is what it is. Word on the street was there was an elf player before that won, the trophy race twice somehow. When all you played was combo in leagues. I don't know what happened to them though. Word on the street was it happened two times, actually three. I know one of the guys actually. Jurg did it too. You can play B day in large amount of. Yeah, people can play whatever. I agree with that. Like it's your money. Why? Four color greed. What is going on now? I'm taking a land. Uh, oof. If they have a removal, all right. It's land. It's, well, yeah. Let's take land. Yeah, 100%. It's because people want to just like go fast, so to speak, right? We're just clicking buttons now. I think we're like miles ahead. Didn't want to draw that second grist though, unfortunately, but it's okay. I wonder what's going on here. In a way, leagues that has actually been beneficial for me, even though I can be frustrated with it sometimes because you don't get an accurate feel of the meta. And what I mean by that is like if you're playing a non-blue deck, your combo matchup is probably gonna be pretty tested. So like if you can feel okay about it in leagues, your combo then you probably feel okay about it elsewhere in bigger events. And not just be a big dog to combo, right? Like I'll admit our combo matchup against Storm is probably not great, but I think we're pretty good against Graveyard. And I think we're pretty good against Doomsday. Um, Show and Tell is like okay-ish. All right, what's going on now? I don't think we're allowed to attack, if that makes sense. Four. Oh, we went short. All right. In case of Bowmasters. Sure. Um, I think if they try to bolt our thing, we don't really care. We'll give them the ball, and they want to take the Delver, they're more than welcome. Oh, is it? I thought top was face up. I could be wrong, but like a bolt ain't doing nothing here. They want to get the Delver, they can. I don't think that does anything either. Yeah, these greedy mana bases. Like we just roll these Delver decks. Yorion? Okay, interesting. I guess that's a pitch if they have it. All right. I don't want to mill an arbor, so I'm gonna go ahead and preemptively fetch here, and I'm gonna play around the days. I did say Yorion. That is correct. Why they're playing Yorion is beyond me. Alright. This plays around 2 days, I guess, so whatever. I think at this point, I'm just running everything in, to be honest. That's just more damage. This game is long over already. Sure. Yeah, that was a meme, by the way. I know the person who played Yori on Shadow that top aided Parker, and he even acknowledged like he was expecting a 1-2 drop. Ooh, interesting. I go attack. Oh, it's not. Sorry, I don't need to do that. I'm going through it. It's possible this is not optimal, but I'm just gonna go through it quickly because they're long dead already. I think we just board out the natural in this kind of deck. Board in the removal. Uh, Unfortunately, we didn't really get to use this much. The late second ley line just might be better. I'm trying to think if there is a storm card we can play, anti-storm card, because I think that was apparent in our losses tonight. How did we settle on two? Good question, Jeff. That's definitely true, Lawrence. Uh, the reason why is I think in a non-brainstorm deck, you only want two. I think three is like okay if you know your meta. I think the reason to play two is because I don't want to draw multiples and like play against lands, or like I don't know what's another like Moon Stomp or something, and lose the game because of that. I also think it's a little bit overrated because I think as this kind of deck you can win any, not any, but most longer games. You just really want higher density of anti-combo hate. Here, no fear. We're just gonna go. Oh, that's even better. I was gonna fetch Bayou anyways because of the Gristed hand, but now we're just gonna like snuff out the turn one play and ramp. Yeah, I think with two, I'm unlikely to have more than one in hand, and over the long course of a game, there's a good chance it will convert, which is what I like. I think here. That's pretty good. I think here we're just gonna slam mid endurance. Well, we slam Chris. That's pretty good too. Um, no, I think we want white first. I think we want to pave the way for endurance to protect Gris. People, I think Lawrence, people overhype cards. Period. Like they just say everything's gonna be the next, ban card, so to speak. All right, we're just way ahead, right? All right. I don't think that was too interesting. I think we like smashed Delver in general. Our opponent played a super greedy list too, and just got like super punished. We went 2-3. I don't. I think we learned some stuff, so that's okay. We definitely have a bad Storm matchup. Maybe we need to address that. I don't even know what. The first thing that comes to mind that is like kind of a flexible card is like Chalice of the Void. Um, so here's the list. Actually, I'm gonna close this for a second. Legacy Pit is rating with 77 people. Thank you for the raid. The problem is I'm just ending too, so I'll probably just raid like I don't know Ziggy Magic or something, right? Uh, for sure. Yeah, we just finished. We went 2-3, lost to Storm twice, and lost because we punted a game here. Um, thank you for the sub, decent. Here are my socials. I guess. For those of you who are curious, you can check out my YouTube stuff. That's all free. The Discord's free outside of the Patreon channel inside it, but anybody can join. Like, there's a specific channel where I like discuss my latest tech. Granted, most of it I'm relying on other people's ears at the moment because I've played outside of today the last 3 weeks due to baby. And then Twitter, if you just want like the latest updates, sometimes I'll just post lists there as well. Here's the latest list. We lost to Storm twice today. It's possible we want like a dedicated card for that matchup, but for the most part, I just accept losing to it. We just happen to pair twice tonight. My initial thoughts were we didn't pair into Merit Lage. Annoyed probably would have been fine. I don't mind it. I think the Revival is probably too cute. I think against some of these Echo decks, I might just want another Leyline or the first Chalice slash Mind Break Trap. Thank you for the follow, Aninome87. Also, for those of you who want to, get me closer, I guess, to this milestone, I guess I'll just mention it now. I'm like on the verge of hitting 1K followers on my Twitter, so might just accelerate that process, I guess. That's like neither here nor there. Don't feel obligated, obviously. It's just if some people are like bothered by those kind of things. Anybody have any questions for those of you who are coming in from Legacy Pit here? I think the big takeaway was I wasn't like this is like somewhat narrow. If I'm expecting Doomsday, then maybe. And I heard they're like off Leyline of Sanctity already, so maybe we don't even need to like worry about. For what it's worth, I think as currently constructed, the Doomsday matchup is like pretty even. If they're playing Leyline of Sanctity, I would say they're favored, but that has an opportunity cost, right? Like that makes them worse against other decks. So it's like this has some good heritage if I want to beat Doomsday as a 0 mana time walk, but it's a little bit narrow, right? Like this hitting Echo decks is like pretty relevant. Um, I'll have to think about it whether I want like a Chalice of the Void or like Mind Break Trap because nobody's playing around it right now. Anybody from Legacy Pit or just like earlier from my stream have any questions? Otherwise, I may just go ahead and raid what's it called Ziggy Magic, who is expecting himself for a baby. So a shout out to him. I think 2 is like the number I like personally for Orcish Bowmasters. I don't want to draw multiple against the wrong deck. Another question I get asked a lot is like the dork split. I think Hierarchs are way, way better than Birds of Paradise. And I don't think it's close. Um, you will lose points. You will lose matches because you untapped with a bop against their Teferi. And if it was a noble, the game's like very different. Also, you will lose games because against initiative because you can't attack, right? And steal the initiative / monarch. But Seiju is another question I get asked a lot. I don't think it's necessary. Like, what are you trying to kill? I don't think much. Uh, the other thing is, I know. Shout out to Kai who went undefeated in his event with the scam package. I think the scam package deck is like maybe a little bit better against combo, but I think it makes you susceptible to things like Cage and Priest more, which we can typically play through. Also, there's a little bit more variance personally, with because you're relying on like the scam, right? Like Grief by itself is not very good. Bridge from sorry, Ensnaring Bridge is a card I don't think I've ever lost to with any version of Elves. Maybe one at most. And I think any Dark Depths player will main phase for what it's worth. Dark deck active. Sorry, Thespian state activation. So I don't actually think you're gonna get like the top pilots with Boseiju. You may get somebody who's sloppy or new to the deck, but I don't think it actually works against some of the top tier pilots. Outside of like later in the game, which you should be already favored. I think with that said, yeah. Anybody have any questions? I think I may, mess around with the splits here, right? Like Force of Vigor. Like maybe I just want one Mind Break Trap, one Chalice of the Void. Like good luck playing around like a bunch of one hubs, right? Uh, I think with that said, again, here's my socials. Feel free to follow me or whatnot. I've been getting a lot of new subscriptions on Patreon. I think the content is like pretty good, if I must say so myself, and pretty reasonable, $5. And so if you want the latest tech, right, or if you just want to spy on my deck, that's like fine too. Um, I do have a monthly metagame update that I think is just universally applicable. I'll bring it up here for those who are curious. It looks like this. Oops. So I'll discuss new things going on with the metagame from like an elf perspective or like a creator perspective. But if you just want data on like what's the newest thing in a deck, then that's like worthwhile too, right? Like here I kind of do a recap of like what's popular on MTG Goldfish, Grixis Delver, Shadow, Reanimator, and I go through like the latest technology and how it impacts the deck. But yeah, from a Llanowar perspective. But again, the new developments might just be universally helpful, regardless of what you play, right? Um, Not to mention this breakdown, right? You don't need to go to MTG Goldfish. I kind of compare the trends too, right? Like what's trending up and trending down. You see here, like Grixis is now the new flavor of the month for Delver, and Blue Red is like less popular. Um, what's another one? Like Rug is now completely gone, so is Doomsday is like less popular. Things like that. Things like that you can find off. Also, if you what's it called? I think in leagues maybe, this is MTG Goldfish for what it's worth, where I'm getting the data, right? Let me pull it up again. Right. So this is as of July 13th, 2 days ago, and everything is based off of MTG Goldfish last 30 days. That's where I'm getting the data. So obviously not all the data is reliable, but it's gonna take like hours for me to like make that better, and I think it's a good enough first order approximation to just use MTG Goldfish last 30 days. All right. With that said, if there are no other questions, like I said, those are like some pending changes I may try. I have not played a league outside of today the last 3 weeks, so if I'm fortunate enough to do so, that would be my next thing to test. With that said, I'll go ahead and raid Ziggy Magic. Need more Hydra? Sorry, Progenitus is fired out, so to speak, right? And thank you everyone for showing up, and thank you for Legacy for the raid. Shout out to DSIP for the sub as well.